Okay people, welcome back to another Fwoosh review. Tonight I'm taking a look at the Marvel Select Guardians of the Galaxy Gamora with Rocket. I feel like it's a little biased against Rocket because he's a full-fledged member of the team and he just gets a little add-on after Gamora. I'm just kidding, whatever. And toys are toys, the package is a package, and I just want the plastic inside, so who cares what the package says? It'd be worse if Rocket came by himself in his own package for another $20. That would be worse. So I'm good with him being essentially a pack-in for Gamora. Now I did get Drax along with Groot, and I haven't got to him yet. I got this in the mail yesterday, and I'm too excited about Rocket. I want Rocket to go with Groot. I want to see how that looks. So Drax is going to have to wait a little bit. Now the package, like I've been talking about this week, it's the standard Marvel Select packaging. Big window. You see everything in the package. The base, the weapons, the figures. Get the graphic on the side down here. On the back you get a pretty picture of all the figures. When I flipped this over it was kind of weird because on all the other packages the group shot is over here and the individual shot's over here. And like I said, packaging, pictures, good. Okay. On the other side we get kind of the animated shot of Gamora and Rocket. So I'm going to get this open and see exactly what's going on here. And there we go, all out of the package. And I dig these two figures. There are a couple of loose joints, but nothing like we've seen in the past. Now starting with Rocket, great little sculpt here. And it's cool to finally get a Rocket that's fully articulated. We have knees, we have ankles, we have hips. From Hasbro, at least so far, we've gotten Rockets that were kind of statues from the waist down. But here, very nice all around. The sculpt all over, the metal, the cloth, the fur, all looking really great, especially the head. The head looks fierce. This is a Rocket you do not want to mess with. And paint is really nice too. The brown base, the stripes on the tail, the little metal parts. The red stripes on the costume are what stick out at me the most though. There is a splotch on his left shoulder, but with the lines being this small, I'll give him that. Not a huge deal. But I do have kind of a scuff right here on the face. It's almost like a slash, and I'm chalking that up to battle damage. There's also a weird spot in the mold, I guess. I don't know if everybody's is like this, but mine has kind of a molded plastic piece right in front of the eyeball here. It's a flash or something going across the eye. And then I have some paint scuff on the bottom of the mouth right there. But being that it's on the face, on the fur, on the organic part of the figure, and Rocket being a rough and tumble kind of guy, I can live with that. What's bugging me though are the legs. And you can see that they look okay, but once you start looking closer, he's got to have his legs forward a little bit for them to be flat-footed, to stand up like this. So the tail comes into play here as a tripod. And it works pretty good. You just got to find that sweet spot, get them stood up, and it works. But looking at the package right here, these metal parts under the knee pads, they're not there, and you can kind of see that the legs kick back further. So my thought was that Rocket's supposed to have a dog leg. It's supposed to stick back, and it kind of has it, but it's going into the foot. Being that Fwoosh has a working relationship with Gentle Giant, I contacted some people, and yes, the lower leg right here is backwards. That metal plate is supposed to be kicked back on the dog leg. I think I'm going to attempt to heat this up. The problem is the pin goes through the knee pad, into the leg, through the hinge, out the other side, and then into the other side of the knee pad. So being such a small piece and heating this up and prying and pulling and everything, I don't know what's going to happen. But I gotta see what it looks like turned around the right way. Okay, I was expecting that to be a lot more difficult than it actually is, but it's actually a simple fix. As you can see, it doglegs back now, it comes back down, back to the foot, and you have greater range of movement here. It moves around a lot better in a more neutral position. There's the backwards look to it. If you leave it like this, it's perfectly fine. I've seen a lot of pictures so far of using it like this. I've taken some pictures of this looking like this and nothing wrong with it. But if you flip it around, you can see it looks more like the comic book. It's got the leg kicking back like that. And it's not the leg backwards, it's simply the knee pad. Because my dumbass went to popping the whole knee off, and that's unnecessary. This pin right here is actually attached to the center swivel, and there is a swivel above and below. So yeah, I did not even realize it. Actually, I couldn't turn it until I heated it up. I had it half off before I realized, oh, there's a damn swivel right there. But I'm going to show you how to do this. I'm going to heat this up real quick, and we're going to pop the knee pad off. Just pops off the pins. Comes off here. And when I heated it up, this came free. Plus, with the knee pads out of the way, it's got a little bit more movement. And with it soft, you want to turn it so, because the pin kind of gets into the thigh right there. Then the dog leg's the right way. You take the lower swivel that is below the dog leg and swivel it forward, and then the leg looks right. Now, while this is still hot, you want to get the knee pad back on. Because it's not super soft material, you have to heat it up again if it cools off. Just pops back on the pin, just pops back on the pin, and you're good to go. There it is. Being that he's such a small character and the feet are so small and now you have even more kicks in it, you're still going to have to use the tail as a tripod. Not a big deal, just a factory mess up. It just got plugged in the wrong direction. That's it. Now moving to Gamora, again, very nice sculpt here. There's all kinds of little netting detail under the armor pieces. The armor pieces have little tech details on them. I'm not used to Gamora having the short hair, but it differentiates it a little bit more from the movie or the comic book look I'm used to back when she had long hair, mostly fishnet, and her costume was just like little slivers of cloth. And then the paint, the white, I've had a little bit of chipping. I can see it on my desk now. It's kind of come off in places, mostly in the hands, but not a huge deal. On the figure itself, you can't see any chipping. It's not bad at all. It's just something I noticed as I was moving it around. But the reds, the blacks, the whites, they're all good and in place. She has the lighter skin tone, the darker hair, and then the yellow around the eyes, and kind of a bluish color for her lips. It all works for me. Now, if there was anything I was going to point out, it would be the short torso, long legs. Like I said, I'm used to seeing her eyes widened out, but they did such a good job with the eyeballs that I cannot complain at all. Now, going over articulation, Rocket has a ball at the top of a hinge in the neck, so he gets down, he gets up, not too much up. Have swivel, not a lot of side to side. I'm sure the head could be popped off maybe, dremeled out, give you more range there. Hinge and swivel at the shoulder, and the armor piece goes into the torso, so that's cool. You get up to there, then you get swivel around. Swivel at the bicep. Hinge elbow gets up to about 90 degrees. Hinge and swivel at the wrist, you get swivel, and then hinge. A ball in the torso, you can get a little forward, a little back, not a lot of side to side there, and then swivel. And then there's also swivel at the waist. Hinge at the hips, hinges forward, hinges back. There's no butt sculpt to get in the way. And then hinges out. There's a swivel at the knee, but the front of the thigh kind of gets in the way with the knee pad going around it. So there's not a lot of movement there. It's about like that. There's also a swivel below the dog leg. It's so hard to see. There's a hinge at the ankle, goes back all the way, goes forward to there. And then there's forward facing pin for rocker. For Gamora, there's a ball going up into the head, attached to a hinge in the neck. You can get forward, you can get up, you can get side to side, you can get some tilt. Hinge and swivel at the shoulder, gets up to about right there, and then swivels around. Hinge and swivel at the elbow, gets up past 90. That's pretty nice. And then you get swivel. Hinge and swivel at the wrist, swivel, hinge. Ball in the torso, gets side to side a little bit, forward a little bit, back a little bit, and then you have swivel. Hinge and swivel at the hips. I haven't opened Drax yet, but all the other figures so far have been hinge, so this is the odd man out. I'm not sure if it's because it's a female and they wanted to keep the curves here or what's going on there. But you get forward, you get back, not so much because of that. Out all the way. Hell yeah. Get swivel at the thigh, double knee comes all the way up, hinge at the ankle, comes all the way back, forward, and then forward facing pin for rocker. Now for accessories, Rocket comes with two little guns. They're probably rifles to him, but they're little pistols for everybody else. One of them's a little bigger. It doesn't have much in the way of a stock, but everything's in front of the grip. Big ass magazine on it, just an alien looking gun. And then he has kind of a smaller rifle. It has a stock on it, a little bit messy, not bad though. And then the silver dry brush over the top. And after fixing the legs, my biggest gripe would be how tight the hands are. You got to kind of stretch them out and then rush to get the gun in real quick. Now on this one, it seems like it would be easy just to slip in, and it is once you get it stretched out. The gun is kind of rubbery, just a little bit, not enough to cause you too much trouble, but you get it in there and it's good. Now for Gamora, you get 3 sets of hands. You get the trigger finger hands, you get the fists, and you get the more bladed weapon hold. It's a grip without the trigger finger. She also comes with 2 pistols. One is your standard looking kind of pistol for an alien type pistol. It has some gold paint apps. The silver looks pretty nice. It's kind of shiny. And then she comes with another pistol. It has a blue handle on it. It has kind of more of a trigger guard. more of a handguard to it. And then she has a big old silver rifle with some red, like, dots on it, kind of plain in the paint app department. And just like Rocket, the grip is a little bit hard to open, but you flex it, and then you get it in there before she can close it. My big thing here on all three guns is the trigger finger works really, really well. It goes over the trigger like it's supposed to. And then even on this pistol, where the trigger looks really, really out there, she even grips it pretty good. And then as far as blades go, she comes with a knife. It's not a small knife, it's a pretty big knife. Got a blue handle, again kind of plain, just silver look to it. And then she has her big ass sword. Same paint apps as the knife, just 10 times bigger in the blade department. For the base, again, we have the alien planet looking thing. It has some Groot roots coming across right here, and then another metal piece, kind of some kind of alien tech. Again, there's a kind of a brown wash over the whole thing, making it look a little bit dirty and dingy, and that fits right along with the other piece. It overlaps right there, making it look kind of cool. On the back here, you have where you put the clips. And make sure to check in the back of the packaging for the clips, because they're back there. It's forming kind of an impressive base right here. Though it looks like there's not really any place for the figures to stand. There's no, well, there's some flat right here, maybe right here and right here. But for the most part, there's no pegs, there's nowhere to stand. For comparison, here's the Select Gamora with the Marvel Legends Gamora. This is the one that came with the Entertainment Earth 5-pack. A little bit large for your Legends display. But I have heard the Select Gamora sizes up well with the Marvel Legends Angela, which I don't have, so I can't confirm that. And then Select Rocket in between the Marvel Legends Movie Rocket and the Entertainment Earth 5-pack Rocket. I think this Rocket works with both Select and Legends, so yeah, totally worth it. So at the end of the day, good addition to this team. Like I said originally, the thing that got me to buy these is they offered the whole team all at the same time. Boom. One payment, a few shipments for some reason. I don't know why Marvel Shop split up everything when they arrived within a week of each other. In huge boxes full of air bubbles. So yeah, nailing the whole team all in one shot really called out to me. Because like I've said before, I'm not a huge Select buyer. Unless it's the huge characters, it's the big characters that can fit in anywhere. The way this is shaping up, I'm liking the Marvel Select Guardians team altogether. Gamora looks a little bit plain, but she's very dynamic in the articulation department. Her torso could have more range of movement, but as it is, the Select team's going up on the shelf as a group. They just look great, and they all fit together really, really well. So happy with Rocket though. There is so much articulation packed into such a small figure. It's amazing what happened here. I know Hasbro is coming out with their movie Rocket. It's supposed to have articulation below the waist. Hopefully it comes out half as good as this, because this Rocket is amazing and goes really, really well with the Groot. Now I believe Gamora and Rocket are based on J. Scott Campbell's art. And then Groot, I just read in the forums today, is Art Adams. As long as they all look good together, I dig it. And so far, I'm digging this. So if you like the review, comment, like, subscribe, and I'll catch you on Fwoosh.